can show. Oh, I didn't adjust the timer when I switched the song. Hey, is what it is. What it do, people? What's pop-a-loppin'? Is that kind of like what's crack-a-lackin'? What's pop-a-loppin'?
What's pop-a-loppin'? I don't.
Toot that thing up, mommy, make it. Hey, that's what I sing whenever Miss D teaches me about my Tutankhamun. And I don't know why she call it that, because it says McAllen. It's not even that complicated a name.
Because of how old it is.
It's 12 years old.
Exactly, Tutankhamun. Exactly. It's Tutankhamun based on the age of it. You be drinking them 1,300-year-old whiskeys to be like, yeah, just get a little. It's Tutankhamun. They found it in the caves. Over in the tombs, it's like, Doc was like, yeah, let me go and take this for evidence real quick.
Oh, dude, I just logged into the back channel, and they got a thing where you can, like, dress your YouTube in whatever color you want now. My YouTube is purple. Hold up. Well, hold up. Let me see. Yo, I wasn't even ready to do this, but let me see. Can I drag this over to the
You're not sharing the screen.
I know. I'm trying to see if I can drag it to the next window yet.
In the meantime, what is up, good people?
You know how in Chrome you can put something in the window, but when I try to drag this to the next window, it don't allow that such a thing. So I'm gonna have to fix it anyway. This just took me off surprise, and it's pretty dope. You see right here?
Nice. Yeah.
Like, look. So now what I could do is, not that I'm going to be, like all Callie up in here, but I can get Rob or Callie, or you can go get Keely, for the win. You can get a little Michelle over here. You can get a little Buck Nasty, or you can get like the dark. When he feel angry, you can go angry Buck Nasty or like regular Buck Nasty.
Angry Buck Nasty.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, this is cool. You can get plain Jane Automobile Gray, right? Okay. I like this little cranberry drink. Oh, no, they didn't make it no names yet. It'd be cool if they came up with like flavors. Dreamsicle.
It's like, remember those candy
Crocs?
lollipops that came out, and it was like all of those different flavors
or
whatever.
Chupa Loops.
Everybody used to go crazy about those things.
Yeah. My favorite joint was the Charm Pops, them big, like halfway see-through type joints. Yo, I like that, yo. This is cool. All right, cool. I see you out here at YouTube. I don't know why
this week's flavor for the week.
Purple.
Dark purple.
A new version, extension, application added. What? Drive by Google. All right. I'm over here just fixing Chrome while we're supposed to be.
This week in settings.
Welcome to This Week in Chrome.
In Chrome. Welcome to This Week in Chrome.
Yo, that is crazy, man. That is crazy. That's cool. It just popped up right when I started the thing, dude. So, like, I didn't mean to go sideways, but it is, breaking news. We need to, what'd you call it? Why you guys say I'm crazy?
I'm just saying you losing it. Like, again, courtesy of the Tutankhamun of 13-year-old whiskey.
Oh, snap. Yo, we need a breaking news sound.
I got some breaking news.
What that is?
This is the breaking news sound. This for This Week in Life.
Why you do that, dear?
Why you do that?
Oh, yo, I need extra hydration today. Look, I'm gonna be like this.
Oh gosh. Why you do that? Welcome to this week's breaking news segment. Comes on like, I am your reporter, Trisha Takanawa. This week in life, we jumped.
Dang, she went Trisha Takanawa. First of all, that's almost close, except for it was Gawa.
That was from Family Guy.
yeah. So it would be Gawa. Gawa is river. There is no Nawa, but yeah. And Takagawa means like high river or long river. Anyway, that boy coming
this
through.
Week in languages.
Yeah. Let me think of a good name, a good Japanese last name for
getting things dun 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 dun. You are correct, and you are hearing a little no limit.
He from Louisiana. You can't do that to him.
Okay.
Yo, he was just sitting in his chair, mind his business. Like 2 beats came in, he was like, He was ready.
Right.
He was ready to start cutting the
Alabama doing
rug.
what he did.
How you do that there? Look, you made him drop his crawdad bisque.
Right. Everybody was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna listen to the show in the background." Not today. You weren't.
Nuh-uh.
Get
How
everybody
you do
attention.
that there? What it do, little dun
Hilarious.
dun dun dun? All
Dun,
right.
dun,
let's
dun,
see.
dun, dun.
This is funny, gang, because Ruck ain't over here with my mini. iMac is in the hospital, so got nothing set up. But it's fun. It's all good. Let me say what's up to people. Kills, how you doing? Rob, the best one. Miss D covered it.
Sup, bro.
Sop, bro. Sop. That's
Sup, bro.
super funny. I just heard the funniest thing this morning on the news. And I guess it's hilarious because we spent like the last little more than a year, about 14 months, having this conversation. And not even in the political camp of it. Forget the political side of it. It's just the hilarity of it. They have another investigator checking out Arizona. You guys all know Rob's from Arizona. And he was talking to the election official. And he's this new investigator that they brought in for whatever, right? And he's like, okay, so let me get this straight. So where are the machines or the computers where they tabulate the votes and whatever? And he's like, I'm appalled at the fact that you asked that question. He goes, what do you mean you're appalled? He goes, that's just a disgusting question. How are you going to be an investigator and you have no idea that we only have paper ballots? He was like, what? Wait a minute. I thought the machines, got hacked or infiltrated, or that's my goal is to check out like which of the machines got hacked or infiltrated. And he was like, dude, how you going to be an investigator when you don't know we only have paper ballots in Arizona? And he's like, oh, so what's with all of the whole? And he goes, exactly. And then the administrator walked out the room because they've been saying, and I guess even maybe the news didn't know, or maybe I just never heard it on the news. There's never been a voting machine to get hacked in Arizona. They only use paper ballots. That was funny. I was cracking up laughing. I was like, bruh, we've been listening to this mess for like a whole year, about 14 months? And yeah, anyway.
That's somebody that showed up to their job, wasn't prepared, and just went off straight hearsay. So we heard that, or we're getting reports, basically. That's how they say that. That's how
that's
the
exactly
news,
what happened. They gave him that
news
report to
anch-
go check it out. Yeah.
We've been getting reports.
What the heck you mean you doing? Oh, okay. I'm about to knock him out. He said shortments. I thought he was gonna I'm gonna do like 3 days and I'm out.
I'm doing 11 days. 11,
I was like,
11 days of shortments.
Listen, what? You get married in the middle of the month? I'm sorry to hear that. Switching. God said over the morning VR stuff. Yo, man,
Good to
you
see
should
you.
see
Dun,
my
dun, dun.
Twitch interview, man. We was kind of talking about like how VR, might be foot halfway out the door. You should check out my
Virtual
Twitch
reality?
show. Yeah. You should check out my Twitch conversation from like a little bit ago. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Carly up in here with it, dude. What the heck is CWL? Why I know what chocolate twist yoga is, but what the heck is a CWL? I don't know. Robbie coming up with crazy stuff. Camera Junks is in the building. Oh, we have 499 subs. There it is.
Hey.
Chrome Colors. Here, thank you. Here are the instructions. Thank you. How did Keely be knowing stuff already? She just be like,
Because she don't drink Tutankhamun in the middle of a stream. She stays on task. All of this, I want y'all to know, all of this is why I call it Tutankhamun. You see how it's just sliding right on off the hill. Steady sliding off the hill.
all right, then, damn it, let's go. I'm stopped. I'm done. What's up?
You ain't never pulled up comments, so you like, all right, click. All right, click. And I'm like, I wanted proof of what are the effects of Tutankhamun on the stream. Now we know. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Oh,
May
I
the
knew
Lord
that
bless you,
too,
keep
Camera
you always.
Junkie. See, I'm dumb. It's Canadian Whistle Lady. I completely knew that.
Tutankhamun.
Why am I stupid? Hey, man, y'all stop messing with me. How you doing, Melissa? Don't listen to them. I am a normal human being. I swear I'm a real boy.
Okay, Pinocchio. I'm a real boy. Y'all hear what Doc? Do y'all hear Doc today? I just want everybody, if whether you're new here, welcome. If you returning viewer, welcome. I just want y'all to hear what is happening to Doc right now. He poured that tootin' coming right before we got started. You can't object to nothing. You can't object to nothing. And just like, let's see, comment, click. Okay, yeah, comment, click. Let me see, let me read. What does that say? Oh, I knew it. That man, listen.
What the heck you mean I'm cool too? Hey, hold up, wait a minute. Pull this stream over. What the heck you mean I'm cool too? Like I'm an add-on, or like I'm guacamole on the Chipotle? I'm
just saying. You're a nice addition to the show. I was just no.
It's I'm in here. About to get crunk in here. Sorry.
All right, thanks for joining us this week in live. We'll be right back after these minutes. So this week in live, let me bring us on the tracks of the railroad here. Welcome to This Week in Live, a show that we do to bring you the latest news in tech and live streaming. However, this week we're discussing Vlogmas and how entrepreneurs, creators can leverage Vlogmas. Now, don't drink Tutankhamun before you get ready to go live. It may work okay in a recorded video because you can edit, but as you can see for the first, I don't know, maybe it could be 12 minutes of the show, those are the side effects of Tutankhamun. And then you hear the little voice, maybe cause all that stuff.
Like Paul's disclaimers.
Yeah, there you go. Live disclaimers.
Of all, it's 9:15 in the morning, so I didn't drink any toot just yet.
We can neither confirm nor deny those allegations. We don't know what exactly. It just, like I said, but we're discussing Vlogmas. There's a current poll running in the chat. Please be sure to click on said buttons. The question asks, are you doing Vlogmas this year? Absolutely. I was thinking to, but ... or nah, I'll pass. Doc, are you doing Vlogmas this year?
I just want to clarify for JD, because he's in Louisiana. She said poll in the chat, not polecat. Okay.
Poll in the chat.
You know he country, so I gotta specify. JD could kill me. Yes, I'm doing Vlogmas like 4 times. It's crazy. So I'm doing it for the Ecamm community, and then popping a little bit for the LGL fam, a little bit, and I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to really flex myself hard to get more into these IG reels. So yeah, it's just not something that I spend a lot of time on, but I'm going to try to work more on getting these reels out. So I'm going to try to kick out a reel every day.
Yep. It's super easy when you just that was one of the things that I found to be helpful is just when you get the idea, just to go ahead and do it. Thankfully, with the magic of Ecamm Live, you can record vertical videos at your desktop. And that way it makes it easier and faster if you just kind of drag and drop that over to edit. We have a video actually on the channel where we went into showing you how to do that. Or maybe it's on my channel. I forget. But it's somewhere between the YouTube sphere. How you do that there. We forgot it there. That's what you do. But I am doing Vlogmas, but I'm not calling it Vlogmas because it's it just so happens that the vlogging is getting done during the month of December, because it could literally have been October if things all being the same, just different time frames, and I still would be doing the same thing. I'm just looking to kind of push content next level and stuff with some things we have planned in the company, or in my business personally, separate from Let's Get Live. So I will be doing Vlogmas, but it's not going to be called Vlogmas, but these are, I guess, the videos that would be during the month of December. That's what I'll say.
A few of my favorite stuffs.
What is wrong with you?
I'm laughing, enjoying this funny.
Doc, how much Tutankhamun have you had? Let's
None. That's the whole problem, I think. Maybe. No, honestly.
Y'all let me know in the chat. Is it me? Am I off today? Am I missing something? Brother.
Just, man, it's been a busy week. I'm tired. Y'all make me tired.
Okay.
Talking about he hot, he tired. Boss, nobody care.
Well,
He high.
he say
tired.
he tired. Oh my gosh.
See, thank you, Keely. Keely says she Google things
I
that she
Google
don't
things
know.
I don't know first.
People don't be knowing.
Got it.
You know, you got to go out here. You got to do those things first.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So,
that's
quick-
what the gavel is for, Paul. Collie bought it for me as a gift so I could rein in y'all minions when y'all get out of hand. Diana,
Allegedly.
this is being recorded. Wait, what are you saying, camera junkie?
So this proof, because I'm sure he's over there crying, laughing. So the camera junkie, when you edit some of Doc's videos, just pull that whole little snip where he just like click, like get it all together. Currently, the poll, 16 people have taken the poll of are they doing Vlogmas or not, and we have 56% saying absolutely, 31% was saying I was thinking to, but ... and 12% are saying nah, I'll pass. What do you think about the people that are saying nah, I'll pass?
For what? That's what I want to know. I want to know
Okay.
for what. You know, like, look, I'm a blunt and straight to the point person. For what? What you waiting for? I mean, at the end of the day, real talk, what are you waiting for? I've started to come to a couple of conclusions. The first one has been extremely hard for me. I can't want it for you. And I know this sounds crazy, and the reason why it's been extremely hard for me is, you know, for some stupid reason, I have somewhat of a hero complex, and I'm trying to save everybody from themselves. I'm not worried about the monsters or the robbers or, you know, the muggers, because that's not really as bad as anyone thinks it is. Crime has been down for 10 years plus, but, you know, you wouldn't know that listening to the news. So
Right.
the majority of the stuff that got people out here scared, they're scared of nothing. We're talking about scared of the chupacabra and the boogeyman and El Cuco and like all kind of things. And they Sasquatch. Okay, Sasquatch is probably Keely's neighbor because he's Canadian. But, you know, Loch Ness Monster, whatever. It's just a bunch of, you know, old wives' tales, you know. And I think the number one thing that cracks me up is how we reprogram these words to put ourselves into areas of fear. But then because we don't want to be like that, we come up with a different thing. That's the reason, not really what the real deal Holyfield is.
Yeah, 100%. My thing is like Vlogmas is a very interesting time simply because it can do one or two things. It can help you to build momentum. It could be a distraction depending on what you're doing or what you have planned. But most of the time I found that most people that kind of like maybe pass on it really don't actively have a plan per se. Not that that's the case for those that took the poll, but I'm just saying usually in my experience, that's what I've, you know, kind of found. It's surmised. Like you've been inactive for the last 6 to 8 months and you're like, no, I'm not doing nothing for Vlogmas. But come January, I'm kicking in. We heard a lot of those excuses last year. And those same people that were like, they did it, they didn't do it, they did like 7 and then they quit or, you know, like whatever. They still have been starting and stopping all year long. And here we are back at it again, you know, 12 months later and same spot, you know. So I've watched it happen in my career of being on YouTube and creating content and stuff. And there are some people that literally the most regular video that they post is about why I haven't been posting. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll get paid and to hire coaching and they like, I want to do blah, 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 blah. And most of the videos on their channel is like every so many months, like why I haven't been posting. Well, instead of taking that video of why I haven't been posting, you literally could just let that next video be the thing that you said that you're going to be posting about instead of talking about it. You know, so it's that whole thing. It's like, don't talk about it, walk about it. So that's just my whole thing. People that love excuses love to keep creating more excuses. People that are ready to like do something about something, just go get it done. Like they don't have to make an excuse around it or anything. It may be a conversation that gets had about it, but I don't know. I just find it interesting. It's like the whole thing, why I haven't been posting.
I like that comment about people
thing.
that love excuses, love making excuses or whatever the heck you said. However that came out, it was elegant, and I dig it.
Yeah, it's true though. Like if you think about it, it's like if I said I'm waiting until I learn my camera better, and then next year I'm gonna do Vlogmas because I'll feel more comfortable and I'll have had a year to do that. Okay, we would say, well, guess what? You would have 31 days of concentrated, focused content, and you actually would learn your camera. So come January, you would actually know more about it than you're thinking of whatever you possibly and potentially would do for the year. And then you know what they would do? Say, oh, okay, you're right, okay. But I mean, like, I don't really know. Like, they just find another excuse. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not truly looking for a solution. They just enjoy the excuse of it all. And I'm cool if you don't want to create content. Like, be okay with admitting when you don't want to. And for some people, if that's their response, I appreciate that. The honesty is not for us. It's really for you and stuff like that. So that's just my thoughts on it.
That is facts. You know, and here's the thing that's kind of funny. Your talking points or whatever, the things that you say all the time, you know, that are coming from your conscience, those tend to be, for the most part, let's just say, created, right? Like, those are sort of feelings, right? And I keep telling people, one of the first things you got to do is you got to get real clear. There is a humongous difference between sort of your feelings and emotions. And a lot of people lump those two things together. Okay, so first of all, you need to know that your brain has the ability to just make up all myriad sorts of stuff, right? And especially when we get with like these feelings and these emotions. So a lot of you guys are talking about feelings and emotions, not something that you've actually put any fact base to it. So even the concept of feeling scared on camera or getting like emotionally overwhelmed, Doc, don't say that word. That word's stupid. Those are things that are happening to you in your subconscious, right? A lot of the stuff that we respond to, you know, from a feeling standpoint, I'm feeling this or I'm feeling that, those are things that you're responding to from your conscience.
Yeah.
And then so there was this experiment that was done, like your mouth will lie for you. Your brain and your mouth will lie for you. Even the most pious folks in the world, you know, those of you guys who swear that you don't lie, your mouth and your brain will lie for you. Now, here's a prime example. There is a story, actually a research that was done a while back about, if you guys remember the movie Memento, that's a real thing. There's a brain lobe damage thing that makes you have really, really bad short-term memory. Your long-term memory is okay, but your short-term memory is just jacked, right? It's almost like a trauma-induced style dementia. And so they did this thing, and the doctor comes in, you know, he goes to meet the guy, he goes to shakes the guy's hand, and he has a little thumbtack in his hand. So when he goes to shake the guy's hand, the guy goes, ow, he pulls his hand back. All right, so the doctor leaves, and they're outside for like 5 minutes, and they come back, right? Now, in theory, having a damaged short-term memory, what should happen is when the doctor comes back, when the doctor goes to stick his hand out to shake his hand, because he will have forgotten that person, he should shake his hand, right? When the doctor comes back and he sticks his hand out, the guy's like, nah, man, I've had a long-standing practice not to trust people in white lab coats. His brain completely made up an exact different excuse to protect himself from doing the thing that was slightly painful. You see what I'm saying? So when you sit down in front of your camera and you're ready to shoot and you start feeling all of the butterflies or whatever because you're not confident in your topic, or you're not confident in what you about to say because you ain't put in that research, your brain tells you, oh, you're afraid to speak on camera. Your brain lying. Ain't no such thing as being afraid to speak on camera. It's a bunch of bullshit.
I mean, my thing is this, like, got the ZDE10 at the ready because I was vlogging, already been doing it. So this camera, don't matter if this specific one, but this device can either be a set of wings or it could be the whole anvil chained to your ankle thing.
Yep.
The only thing that determines what this will be is what you perceive it to be, what you believe it to be. That's it. Everything else is trash. Like everything else is trash. Because honestly, when you think about it, and it's like, I honestly have just gotten to the point to where I don't accept some excuses. Like there's not that much conversation to be had around it. And Vlogmas always just brings those up, always, because it has become socially acceptable to wait until January 1 to start new things or whatever when you're at this time frame. But nobody is concerned with wasting a month of their life, like literally doing nothing. Planning don't take that long. If your job said you got 2 hours to figure out what you're going to do for the next 90 days, or you don't work here no more, people would have come up with a plan on something that is something they can execute within those 2 hours and then start executing on it. But when it comes to their personal life and their personal goals and stuff, and the videos playing a factor in that, then they'll choose to wait, or like, I need more time. Technically, you don't. You only need to know your next right step. You do not need to know every step. You just need to know the next right one. Because guess what? You could create and craft a whole plan or a sequence of events of things to do in a plan that may be wrong because the first step was wrong. It's like if you start driving without the GPS going someplace that you don't know, the first turn that you make makes the difference in whether or not this becomes a successful trip or not.
Recalculating.
You know what I'm saying?
Recalculating.
So the fact that most people just aren't willing to, you know what I'm saying, stop and look at what's actually happening is like, it's always been disturbing to me. But at the same point, thankfully, I get like, and I always say, God bless you, Doc, for the love and care that you have for people, in the sense like where you said like earlier, you got a hero complex. I don't, you know, it's not like I'm saying like, I will let you drown. But here's the thing. If I have built every kind of a barrier or something for somebody that comes through my community, you're coming through my channel, you're coming through all the stuff. If there's signs, barriers, people, guards, gate, like we got the whole 9, and you still decide you want to jump in a pool full of sharks, I am not willing to commit my people, our time and resources to saving you when we have every kind of situation to make sure that doesn't happen, which means you willingly have to submit yourself to want to go into that arena. Yeah. We will let you go there.
Yeah, I think part of that probably just comes from, you know, just military service. Like it's kind of trained in you to, you know, try to take care of folks. Keel said, I got some big priorities, get things done this month. Launching my membership affiliate program, revising everything for my sub prices starting 2022, and then editing 5 workshops for evergreen content. That's what I'm talking about, girl. She said,
you got a plan. Already got a plan.
Margaret says she unboxing the toaster oven live on day 2.
Hey, but are you using the toaster oven, and for what kind of bread? Right? You know what's ones used to trip me out as a kid is when it get around this time and everybody's like getting more generous and stuff, is I love like the smell of the cinnamon raisin bread or the cinnamon raisin bagels and all that stuff, super aromatic. I'd be hella mad because it's not sweet. It's not actually sweet. It's tart. And I just feel like that was the biggest lie. Like I had a whole forever like attitude with my elementary school growing up, because I'm like, they deceitful, they liars, they make it smell like it's freaking Christmas in here, and we get this old tart bread that you're supposed to put cream cheese on or something. So I was like, I've had that memory stuck in my mind. Everything I think toasters or whatever, I don't think like a warm, beautiful experience. I think the time that the school lied. They lied because it made it smell like it was going to be amazing, and it wasn't. So, so Marga, the question to you is, what are you putting in the toaster? That's the big question.
Knowing Marga is some crazy stuff.
Probably.
Keely said, also, dang it, I broke my rule of not pre-announcing my goals before being met. True that. And we've been talking about that. This is great. Kelly said, when my first intro to a channel is why I haven't been posting a video, I'm like, well, most people don't know, so why bring it up? Correct.
Facts.
Mundo. AJ
Facts.
is in the building. What's up, AJ? He's here.
Good to see you, brother.
Let's see, we catching up. She said, I'm going to tattoo Go Live checklist on my body. Memento. That's if you ain't seen that movie, it's a good movie to watch. I'm just laughing. I just did an article in my newsletter about starting resolutions on December 1. That's what I'm speaking about. Going to that joint running. I'm deep in Adobe Audition audio mixing in the M1 Mac Chick is saving me so much time. Yes, that's right. This joint is fast in the mug.
It's flying.
Yes, we are currently living in the movie Idiocracy, which is funny because I just rewatched it recently, and yeah, it's that is so true. Cranberry is the band or cranberry the fruit?
I think she means like fruit. Cranberries are delicious to me.
Yeah, me too. I love it. You're just floating in the in the Borg.
I got some great news.
Yes, you save 50% of your car insurance by switching to Geico.
I did. No, just kidding. I have some fantastic news on the eve or the what? It wouldn't be the eve. It would be, I don't know, sunsetting, coming off of the after Thanksgiving Day sales and Cyber Monday and all of that stuff. I picked up some nice stuff. And you know what I got, Doc?
What it is?
67 millimeter lens caps. And I'm very excited about that. For those of you that weren't around and watched, we literally talked about that before we went to New York and was like, oh, see, you need more lens caps and blah, 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 blah. Came back. I had one. Now I have no idea where the one is. I assume the sock gnomes are stealing more than socks.
Man,
and that they're now stealing lens caps because it makes no sense.
Aiden got that joint when he escaped from the crib and we was talking and I don't know how, but he climbed himself out. Yo, Aiden then jacked it and he was like,
That's exactly what happened.
Because Ms. D was on the floor like this, sideways, talking spicy to Aiden, talking about being his agent. And I was like, she's like, man, you ain't trying to give me them 10 points, so I'm gonna take this lens cap.
Hey man, I was trying to make sure my client was straight. Then came back, no lens caps. But I also got the new SanDisk Extreme Pro, the UHS-2 USB-C adapter thing for your SD cards. I haven't tried it just yet, but I already know like the other one is fast by SanDisk, and I use all SanDisk memory cards. So I'm really excited. So that was something like I was recording today for a Vlogmas video. Is just like the difference. And then worst thing happened on one of the older cards that was literally got a ton of New York footage on. The little safety thing broke and it's in a lock position. And so that card is full of stuff. I wasn't done dumping it. And now it just like is permanently locked. And for those of you that don't know what that means you are stuck trying to get your footage off of that mug. So
Cameron Chunky said Aiden is listening.
Aiden is listening.
You probably turn around and be like, hell y'all
yeah,
say?
I got it. And what? And what? What you gonna do?
What you finna do about it? How you do that then? You know,
Jeez Louise.
Jeez Louise, that's funny.
Right.
You don't even realize you said that, but that's funny. Jeez Louise.
Jeez Louise. But it's like, it's Louise, not Louise.
I understand it's the girl, not the guy, but the guy version of that name is Louise, so it's funny.
It is.
Anyway, so the other thing that I think people just need to just start doing, and it's not just about your live life, it's about, anything that you're working on. You have got to challenge yourself a little bit more. It's so easy to get comfortable at where you is, no matter what your thing is, right? And so putting yourself like, okay, we all know good and dang well that you're an accomplished creator at this point, right? We know good and dang well that your ability to do short form content, long form content, repurposing videos, lives, like all of that stuff is whatever. So how does somebody like Miss G go and challenge yourself? Cool. I'm going to try to get outside more and do more outside recording instead of recording in my little, Gladney box of happiness, right?
Right.
And That's what I'm talking about, people. Like at some point, you got to find out what is the next muscle you can flex. Like when you get the bench 350, you add 25 more pounds. Right? Until you can bench 375. Like getting the bench 350 and just walk around with your chest out talking about I can bench 350. You've been saying that shit for 10 years. What's next? So
the thing is,
yeah, go ahead.
I was so today I had did the interview with Jeff Barcher of Story Greenlight, who we met and got a chance to meet in New York. Well, we were talking about it, and he was saying he asked a similar question, like how do you basically like keep like growing, from the who you were to the who you are now and stuff like that. And it's like, honestly, it hasn't stopped being the one thing that like I identified. And I think this is true for a lot of people, or could be true, is that like start searching for discomfort. If you're trying to figure out, well, I don't know because I feel like I'm good in everything, or I'm good with where I'm at. I feel confident with my gear. I feel confident creating content. Like it's just another round for me. It's like doing another set. It's like search for the discomfort. Like it's something that you don't like. And it's like, if you literally search for discomfort, you'll find an area that you can grow in. Now, there is something to be said about wasting your time in doing busy work instead of things that contribute to. But the thing is with this, though, there's another element that I want to add to regular videos. And that's those outside segments where it's necessary or where it makes sense, or just to break up the monotony around the content, just to do something different. So when I travel and go out of town, that's always easy because literally nobody in the state knows you, or like you'll ever see again, or it's not the gas station down the street from your house that literally knows everything about you probably because of how you come in there, but it's just learning to build a different creative muscle, and searching for the discomfort in anything is how you do that. So for me, that's how you do that there. That's exactly how you do that there. So,
man, we had so many copyright strikes on this joke.
Every video.
This whole video is jacked.
Hell yeah. It's like, but that's the thing. I think even like audio, using a lapel mic that you're not comfortable with or that's new, and switching things up.
We did it the other day.
Man. Yeah. But I got one from Small Rig. They sent me one of their lapel mic systems or whatever, and did a portion of a video, the TikTok video that I did, or that I was saying I was going to record. I recorded it with the lapel mic. Yes, I could have used the new boom mic that I have that sounds really, really good, that I really like and enjoy using, but I'm going to do something different so I get some more reps and something that's new, something that's different. So it's like, the more you search for the discomfort in the what you're doing or the where you're going or whatever, the more you'll find those areas for growth. At least that's what I believe.
100%. And it does make a difference. Like it allows you to like everything is in the opportunity, right? And I think that's another thing that people get stuck in, is not understanding the difference between, like, say, two important high level topics, right? And there's a lot of conflating, and in that conflating, you're creating confusion, right? So, for instance, if I told any one of the people out here that, you have no chance to fail in the next 30 days, if you were to produce this video every day for the next 30 days, I'm going to give you 10 grand, no matter what. Good, bad, indifferent, ugly, crappy, whatever. Just, I need you to produce me 30 3-minute videos every day for the month of December. Do not miss a single beat. And on January 1, I'm going to hand you a check for 10 grand. All of them excuses is ghosts. Pretty much. I mean, and I didn't even go crazy. I didn't go $1 million. I didn't go 100,000. I went like low budget, 10 grand. Ain't nobody going to know.
Low budget.
I mean, like, for real. If I said, I'm handing every single person that does this, I'm going to hand you a new Mac notebook. This is a freaking grand or two. Let's just make it 2 grand. I'm going to give every single one of these people out here a new MacBook if you create these videos for these 30 days without tripping. Why would you put in the effort to try to win something like that without even, a blink of an eye? No excuses, no nothing. Like, they would just come straight forward. But you probably, Laura, are sitting on a $10,000 idea in your melon right now. I know in your melon you sitting on at least a $100,000 idea because you're smart, right? And you wouldn't put those moves into place to get that 100K, but you'll take my 10 grand for you doing this shit.
I mean, well, opportunities will always expose belief systems. I'm a firm believer of that. Firm believer of it. I mean, honestly, it's true because it's like when you're presented with something fantastical, you will look at that opportunity, and you'll instantly feel ready to go. Like bring it. I'm here for it. Not saying that there wouldn't be some levels of nervousness because you're doing something new or different. I think that's always kind of going to happen, but that excitement and preparation overrides any of those feelings. So it becomes negligible. It doesn't matter. But when presented with an opportunity, it's going to expose belief systems because people, and here's the funny fact about what you said. Tell them like you'll give them money if they did X, Y, and Z. And they say, oh, I'd be all on it. No, you wouldn't. It'd still be people with the same amount that's in their bank account right now. They literally wouldn't do it because either way, that opportunity is still going to expose their belief systems. They're going to, like Luis said, he shared a story about submitting to a competition and that he was all in his head, all these different made up scenarios, circumstances, or whatever. Time goes by, and now comes the time to present and do it. And he just finally sat down and did it. Probably in less time than it would have taken had he done it earlier. Right? Because it's the constraint of the time at that point. But I don't know. It's like the thing with Vlogmas is that I always find is that it always will expose somebody's belief systems or whatever. And we'll be having this conversation 12 months from now. And it'll be the same story with why I haven't uploaded to the channel in a while. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Rich left himself a timestamp so you can get back to this part. That is dope, Rich. That is dope. All right, you know what? I'm getting tired of y'all. Oh, why y'all gotta do this too?
You got the main mention, sir.
I'm getting tired of y'all right now. Just let you know. What kind of new? Oh, I'm over here clicking on the YouTube comment, expecting that it will come all the way through. But sorry, Marcus said, "What kind of boom mic is it, Diana?" Stop laughing at my toot, okay? I'll just drink some more water.
That old whiskey is permeated through your cells at this point. That water ain't doing nothing. It's passing right by that alcohol in your body like, we can't even help you, brother. Wait till that burn out your system. The kind of microphone what is wrong with you?
I'm good.
Jeez. Y'all pray bow your heads for prayer. And then just stay that way because Doc needs some help. I just want y'all to know. All right. Golly. Marka, to answer your question, let me pull up the specific model. It is a Sennheiser microphone, and it is the Bee's Knees Hall of Fame. I've been using it now for a little bit.
MKE?
But
416?
Sennheiser?
Yeah.
No. It is, I keep thinking Sennheiser. It looks like it. It's actually the Audio-Technica AT8035. It is a, correct me if I'm wrong, Doc, it's like a gradient condenser microphone. I believe that's gradient's proper pronunciation for that or terminology for that. So what that means is and y'all have heard me profess how much I dislike condenser microphones, and they definitely don't work well in my environment. But this being a gradient condenser microphone, what it is that along this tube for this mic, it's good for rejecting. It's kind of like a supercardioid type of polar pattern, which means it picks up well in front of the mic, rejects on the sides, and rejects in the background really well, even though it's a condenser mic. However, what happens is that it being a gradient condenser at the very tip of the microphone is going to be the strongest, and as you progress down that tube, it starts to get lower and lower and lower as far as the decibels in the pickup pattern, which means it will pick me up great and reject background noise even when a plane is flying over. So I tested it when I first got it. This is actually a gift. I won this on a podcast, talk about setting the intentions. And they were saying like, oh man, we got so much stuff in the studio. We're going to give this away and give away different stuff
Hold on, Miss D. Hold on, wait, one second. You start talking about microphones and look at this dude.
Tom Buckminster Fuller, good to see you, my good sir.
Microphone. Snag Nasty was like, huh? Come through.
I heard a microphone. What's that you say? Huh? What was that noise?
It also rejects the airplanes.
The airplane. It does. It does. So like it's funny because I would always be declining like tests for microphone and gears from brand and stuff like that. As soon as I see that condenser, I'm like, no, it's a no-go because it doesn't do a good job. But this one sounds better than, like I use the Movo Mini, what is it, the VXR10 shotgun mic for my little micro shotgun mic on the camera for vlogging and stuff. It sounds way better, obviously, because it's an Audio-Technica mic, but even more so because of that gradient condenser style. They could literally be placed at the same point with it more or less virtually quiet. And that super cardioid condenser style, in addition to being a gradient shotgun mic, it sounds really, really good. I've even done videos already with it, and it sounds really good. I'm very impressed. So it was a very nice gift to get, but I won it on a podcast. It was a gift, so I'm super pumped about that.
That's dope. Tom said Sennheiser let him use the MKH 50. And then that's good. That's dope. That's super dope.
He said for a few weeks they wouldn't have got that back. They like, hey man, at least you tell people lose this number, lose this channel link.
Hey, Tommy, did you lose a number? It's not the
Tom, you should have started the video off like,
own.
Sennheiser sent me this mic, but what they don't know is I'm not sending it back. Now, let's get into the details. They're not getting it back.
That would have been hilarious. That would be absolutely
because everybody starts
hilarious.
their video like, Sennheiser sent this to me, or Rode sent me this. I'm like, well, Rode doesn't know you're not getting this microphone back. Thanks, Mega Shake. Shoot.
So this is crazy. Wait, why did it come up with MKH 50/P48? That's not right. Is it the MKH 50 or MKE 50? Because MKE is normally shotguns. Let me see.
He posted MKH 50.
All right. It's an instrument mic, super cardioid. One of my favorite words in the planet.
Yeah. I'm looking for, I was thinking of upgrading to, I think it's one of Rode's or either Movo's mic. I can't remember at the moment, but one of them did a super cardioid mini shotgun mic. And I've been thinking to finally, like, since I've had this mic since 2017 and it is still doing a good job, but because I like that super cardioid picker pattern and it just sounds better, I've been thinking about upgrading my mini shotgun mic to that. Is something I'm probably going to go ahead and check out on, because what happens is, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, people be misunderstanding when we be telling people about the microphones, right? So
yes.
Listen, if you can use a sort of shotgun-oriented mic or whatever in your studio, if you're going to pick the right one. First of all, most people are trying to use guns and they should be using pencils, and there's a difference. Mm-hmm. They look the same, but there's a difference. And then the other thing is, if you are going to do that, then you have to set your room up in a way that it doesn't pick up all of the, the noise, right? So the 416 is banging, but it's designed to pick up stuff from the side. I mean, that's the whole point of it, right? So if you set your room up in a way that the 416 is going to eat all of that stuff, right, then it will sound glorious. But what people are trying to do is just set this joint up in their room like, they Captain Saberho or somebody, and then trying to figure out like, well, I got this $1,000 shotgun. It doesn't sound that good. The other thing is, if you buy this shotgun, you'll be fine. But you're not going to buy this one because it's $1,000. Okay, Sweetwater is like $8.99, whatever. But what people do is they see this, they see the shape, and they go, $9.99. Let me go get some newer stick or something else where there's, it's kind of hard to explain people, but
I mean, honestly, it's really not, because if people learned, and I think that's just an education moment, is that you'll see a microphone that is tubular, and you think that all mics in that shape are considered shotgun microphones instead of...
Sorry, I had to laugh because you said tubular, and I was like, it's totally tubular, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Stupid.
It's like you'll see a mic that's in a tube shape, since Doc is sipping on some scissor right now. But it's not all the same. You'll have some that are used for instruments predominantly. You'll have others that are used for voice predominantly. Some that are designed to specifically isolate. Like if you watch, the more you educate yourself on this stuff, the more watching TV becomes, or even movies and shows become interesting. So I was watching with my family the show Lost that came out some years ago. And you'll notice that if they're going from, let's say, one place where they're like, oh, I can't hear, the music is too loud, even though their audio is completely clear and clean, but they specifically added so that the music is loud and it's hard to listen to, but you're always going to hear that person louder. They literally step outside the threshold of the door, and in real life, it would still be almost just as loud in that scenario, but because they're lowering the audio for the background and predominantly focusing on that boom operator that's holding that pole, and that mic is just out of the shot of that frame, that mic is still right there. And that's the thing, people, as you're learning and you're setting up stuff for your studio or making it easy for you to create content, and you decide like a shotgun style microphone is going to work for you, you still have to get one that's good for your environment. I don't have audio.
There'll be sound blankets to the side as well, right? There's sound blankets on the side or sound blankets on the floor, and people don't realize that they're trying to reflect something. I want to show this image real quick when I come over here. So the reason why I want to show you this image, what you're seeing is, no, I'm not knocked up. He's stupid. The reason why I want to show you this image real quick is because what you see is the 416 back here in the corner, and they're pointing it at the piano. Okay, so first of all, the reason why you lift the lid on the piano isn't to show you the Steinway logo and all of the hammers moving in the wires. That sound vibrates inside this instrument channel. It's called a sound board, and it bounces up off of this, the black part, and then it comes out, right? So that brings it out. One of the reasons for piano black being piano black is there was this idea that by putting lacquer on the piano, that it would stop the sound from reflecting into that baffling and allow it to come out, which is why like country pianos are wood, but like all of your high-end pianos are coated in enamel. It changes the sound. So what they're doing here is, instead of miking the soundboard by putting it right behind the piano and above, they're shooting it across the room in order to pick up the extra ambience that is coming from the room with the wooden rafters, the wooden floor, and a couple of Pueblo-style concrete walls. You're creating a little bit of a hall space, right? And so they're trying to pick up on the room ambience of this, which is what it is. Because normally what you see in the concert setup, if you ever set up mics, and you can volunteer to go work at any sound company and they will take you because it's a pain in the butt. And the first job you'll be is winding up mic cables, but you'll learn from watching them that they'll put like 2 pencils inside the piano cabinet, subtly, and that's picking up the overarching. And then they'll have this in the back, which is picking up the room, and the soundboard guy is bringing it all together with the nice little, je ne sais quoi. Add that little flavor and that ambiance. So I just wanted to show you that one of the things that's, faulty, like this is perfect to show you that it can be a vocal mic, but look where they put it when you're trying to pick up a voice. This is Sennheiser's website. This is not some blogger. This is not some dude on the thing. If it was Curtis Judd, he'd do it like this. If it's Banjo, he would show you the right way.
This is Curtis Judd. We're going to be reviewing the Sennheiser 416 microphone, and I want you to understand.
But when your favorite live streamer is over there trying to tell you to get the mic out the shot and whatever. They don't tell you that even on the Sennheiser page that's made by the Sennheiser freaking engineers tell these people how to show it properly. Look where the mic is.
And I think that's something hard for people to dissect when they are truly looking at a company that is specifically audio engineering microphones versus a company that just threw their label on a private label style microphone, like all these random brands you see on Amazon. They are not specifically engineering these microphones. It's just private label. Drop the label on it, upload it to Amazon, and they're selling it. So sometimes you have to differentiate the difference between, especially if you're trying to simplify your setup so that it's easier for you to create. You need to separate from what are those product shots and images that are just for a photo op to showcase the item being used versus those where they're showing you the possibilities of what it can do. So
Correct.
We talked about the Rode NTG Mini when that microphone first came out and how they would have it in these scenarios where technically for the way that microphone is built, it would not sound great. Even with the Rode Connect software and you reducing whatever, it's just like, no, you're gonna get a bunch of slapback audio. Like it would sound terrible, but it's a pretty photo. And that's all they're trying to do is showcasing, like, look, you could use this with your friends. It's fun to podcast together and blah, 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 blah.
Oh, that's right. When we were looking at the Rode thing, we were laughing at the way they showed it. This is inside the Sennheiser blimp. I actually have one of these. It's really cool that they showed the picture inside the blimp.
That's dope.
One thing that I want to show, look, this is cool too, right? So what they're showing you here, when you see that commercial where they pour the beer and you hear the beer sizzling, this guy is picking up the Foley for that. The other image that they showed in here, which is pretty incredible, and these are actually coming from people in the field using it. I've done this before, doing Foley for a tap show, and we put 4 of them on the stage, and it's pulling the sound into the board so you can hear the Mr. Bojangles. Yeah, it's pretty, and it sounds so rad to hear that in isolation. But yeah, so look, these guys are out here picking up the sound of the
crackle of a flame.
the crackle of the flames burning in the field. Either that or this is Tom at Burning Man. What's up, PJ? But you know what I'm saying? What's up? So not ready. Hey, PJ, you can use almost anything because all we're gonna hear is lawnmower. So we don't want you out here like making everybody deaf.
Yeah.
So,
and even like, I mean, like even with standard traditional, not even want to say traditional, but just basic standard shotgun condenser microphone, mini shotgun condenser mic, like most of us would use something like that you would see that looks representative to this little doohickey up here. Anything like that is going to be fine, you know, for outdoor environments and stuff like that, so that you're picking up audio no matter where it is or where you are. But this is where like people are getting frustrated with their video content because they're like, man, this isn't working, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, sometimes you do need to take a care into what your audio sounds like, because the content overall could be good, but you're introducing audio exhaustion because it's so hard for them to listen that they get tired of trying to fight to listen to you. Simply switching your microphone, if you redid that video, would make the difference in that video doing well versus that video not doing well. I get compliments all the time on how relaxing it is for people to listen to my voice, how calm it is. Like people, like it make me think like people listening to like that Calm app or whatever, where it's like ambience music or whatever. And it's like, to me, my voice is my voice. I'm used to it.
You could,
yeah, but I'm just saying,
you
like,
could read bedtime stories and do fantastic.
That's the thing, though. But if with the wrong microphone, you sound bad.
Oh,
every voice sounds bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, so everybody, instead of it being where people can pay attention and you can maybe start get compliments like that or whatever the case is, people are just like, they're annoyed with the audio, or they even don't have to know what it is. They just know they're not like connecting with this. They can't like focus. It's like, it's something hard about this, and they just leave and they bail. They may not leave a comment, no thumbs down, none of that. They just bail.
Okay, wait. I got to show you one more real quick. I'm going to just stop messing with people after this because it's funny. You guys have heard me go off against the people that tell you to buy a shotgun mic and put it in your studio so that you can have the mic out of shot. And they're like, no, you're just being curmudgeon-y and, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, nah. And they go, but Adrian said, shotgun mic would be good for this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I ain't got nothing against the brother, but I hate to disagree with you. He don't know what you're talking about. And they go, nah, Doc, you're just being some type of way. Okay, check this out. This is the Sennheiser website. This is the MKH 416 P43U3. A short shotgun mic interference tube for film, radio, and television, especially for outside applications, OUTSIDE applications. Excellent. Excellent directivity and compact design. And my complaint has always been shotguns are not for use in studio. They're designed for outside, and the point of the interference tube is to pick up the ambience from the side. That's the exact point of it. When you are going to use it in the studio, you have to make sure that the air that the interference tube will try to pick up has been minimized by sound dampening, bass traps, sound blankets, anechoic foam, all of the above. No, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So ignore me. I don't need to know anything. Sennheiser, the people that made this mother, what they said.
Yeah, it's the thing is, it's like there are times when like people are very interested in the A6400 versus ZV-10 video I did. So I'll answer questions on that video, and people will ask, like, both of these are advertised for vlogging. Which one should I get for some other totally random use case that is what the camera could be used for? And that's the thing I have to explain. Is like, it's a difference between brands that are advertising something because they're taking advantage of trending topics. Vlogging has been a trending topic that has been increasing in the trend currently. Especially you got Vlogmas and stuff like that. Okay, cool. Even more of a thing when people are like, okay, I think I'm gonna get ready to do this in November, and is also getting ready for Black Friday sales. Let me go Google best camera for vlogging. Here comes up all these variations of a Sony camera. But it's a difference between the brands that are advertising for trending stuff, and it could be used for that, but it could be used for anything else, versus a brand like Sennheiser or Audio-Technica that's specifically engineering multiple facets of a product that has a dedicated use. They are not lying about or just saying like this mic will be good for vlogging. This ain't one of those things.
Okay,
it's actually specifically for what they're saying it's going to be used for. That's what they designed it for.
So here's the second version of them. This is the MKE 600. This is a shotgun, but because of the size of the interference tube, this qualifies as a pencil. And what I mean by that, if you notice, the interference tube is like 1/2 the size of the other one, right? So it's a short interference tube is these little rings. I know you guys can't see my mouse too good. It's these little rings over here on the side of the mic, right? Where the little air holes are. So now the MKE 600 shotgun mic for cameras capable of handling the most demanding filmic challenges, effectively attenuates noise coming from the sides and the rear. So if you're going to put a shotgun out of frame in your studio, you buy an MKE 600 pencil mic that is designed to block your kids going, "Dad, are you still alive?" But again, never mind what Doc says, because Doc's a freaking idiot. Read the damn description on the freaking Sennheiser site. Although I've said this exact thing in about 8 other streams, and including live with Luria while she argued with me. And I'm like, nah, I only been doing sound since I was 15.
Doc, do you feel some kind of way?
No, I just wish people would understand I'm not making this ass up. I know what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
It's not my health, bro. This is experience. Like I've been in working sound since I was 15 years old, bro. And you start out just dragging wires around. I mean, I have mic'd sumo tournaments. I have mic'd large concerts. I have mic'd large concerts and then went and performed in the same said concert. I have wired 100 mic cable whirlwind snakes, and that's where there's these 4 boxes on the floor. Each box has 25 XLR. It says Whirlwind on it because big fat cable, and you got to put a mic in every single one because we were doing a concerto, and each individual instrument has a different mic.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And like I have produced sound for what's called the No Hoku Hoku Hano Hano Awards, which is the Hawaii version of the Grammy. It's like the local Grammys. And I have sound engineered the house out to the truck that the truck gets sent up the satellite to end up on a TV station, and they send it to Japan because Japan people really love Hawaiian music. And so, yeah, like I've run sound engineer for like major events. And that's why Joel and I will nerd out when we start talking about this stuff. But, you know, so-and-so said I should get this mic. All right, knock yourself out then. You know what I'm saying? Like, knock yourself out. Go ahead. Yeti yourself to death, player.
Oh, I'm not going there.
That's the best part,
No
though.
comment.
Like, it literally says it right here on the gun. On the gun. It's okay. It's good. This weekend, mind your own business.
This weekend, we didn't told you. No, just kidding.
I done told you.
Yeah.
Now that make me took and told you.
But
Yo, did I
Margaret
tell you I
asked
watched this
if
show
I
about
could
a serial
show the
killer
mic.
from St. Louis, and all I can see is every time they talked about him, your face would just pop up on the screen.
Not my problem. I have never been convicted of a crime, so or accused for that matter.
Alrighty then. Okay. Oh my God.
Margaret, I don't know. I didn't set up for the microphone.
16th in the booth is good because in a booth, you have, you know, you're in the. I can't speak my English. What I'm trying to say, in the booth, you are protected from sound. So yeah, it's going to be perfect in the booth. It's not going to pick up that noise. You know what I'm saying? And in the theater, the reason why they use them in the theater, to your comment above that, is because you do want to hear the light chuckle from the audience or the ooh, cha, ooh. You know, you want to hear that. So for instance, when we mic'd Vagina Monologues for one of the theaters here, they
What?
had. Oh, dude, dope. Oh, bruh. Have you ever seen that?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, I'm going to send you the book.
I don't know if I want to know.
No. It's dope. It is a play. It goes around the world, and they bring in these, like, really dope female speakers. And it's normally about 10 or so, I guess. And it's called the Vagina Monologues. And it was originally written by this lady, but then it turned into a Broadway type thing, and now it travels all over the country.
Interesting name.
No, it's because it's about oppression. Exactly. You know, and so part of the things they talk about is, God, oh, she's won like all kind of awards. Eve Enzer is her name. Eve Enzer. Is the not light chuckle. Sorry, I forgot you're the comedian. She said it's a roar. It's not a light chuckle.
Okay, right. That's you didn't downplay her skills.
I am super
It's a
sorry.
when they give a light chuckle to your little performance, it's hella disrespectful, dog.
Okay, so
Hella
there
disrespectful.
is a recorded version of it that you can see, but I've seen it live on several occasions, and each time they change up the speakers. So it's like these really, really powerful women talking about things that have happened to them in their lives, normally from some sort of oppression or being held back or being objectified or whatever, but it's designed to empower you after you hear it. Like, I don't know who has this on streaming, but I will send it to you as a gift so you can watch the first one and then you'll get it. This is dope. But yeah, I had the opportunity to mic this, and when you do it, they put the sound, like we had the Sennheisers in the theater so you could pick up the ambience, and they mixed it into the house speakers too because you wanted to hear the people. And it was funny, every dude that came in there, you know, while you're bringing your partner's dragging you to the show, or she made you buy tickets, whatever reason, you're going in a little bit scared thinking you're going to get worked. But no, it's seriously one of the dopest things, and everybody should watch this if you get a chance to. It's quite
Nice.
amazeballs.
Nice.
It's funny. It's funny, yeah. It sounds crazy, but no, it's really, really good. And this came out like I don't know, say like 2000 ish, 2002.
Sweet. Well,
That was funny. I'm laughing. Yes, I'm laughing at
Eve Ensler. Okay, Eve Ensler.
Yeah.
Well, that's an awkward pause. Well, thanks for joining us for This Week in Live and This Week in Microphones and This Week in doing Vlogmas, which we kind of derailed off of a little bit, but I'd say final thoughts on the thing. If you're going to do Vlogmas, don't make excuses of why you can't upload, because there's no time limit to what you need to do. It literally could be a 2-minute video that you're saying, or even if you're rushed for time, you have your phone. You can take clips from like B-roll or whatever. If you don't feel like doing like a specific piece that you're talking out and about, get little snippets on your phone and then add those in or whatever, 2-minute clips. And don't make the 2-minute clip about why you can't make a Vlogmas video today. Just find something to talk about in your niche, your space, create something and then upload it.
That is funny if you made the clip about why you couldn't do it.
What do you mean? Why you can't?
It's what's the word? It's meta, right? You're going meta when you do that. But in a way, you could totally do that. Like that would be still doing it. That would be getting you through the process of recording and talking and editing and all of the above. So you could be completely meta about it and then hopefully learn something in the process.
Yeah. It's like you could. I just feel like those videos are such like a waste of doing something. You can say, I just want to give a quick pro tip today. Today's vlog is a quick pro tip, and just go for it and just be done with it and let that be it. And then move on. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's something about those videos, the why I haven't posted in for forever or whatever. It's like, we all know, even if, and when you're like green and you know nothing about YouTube and you're just consuming, when you go to a channel and you find one video that was good in search or whatever, and then you go to that person's channel, check out the videos tab to see what else they have, and you see like 6 months, a year ago, 2 months, a year ago, 3 months, a year ago. Like, you get it. They haven't been uploading. But if I see some more regular uploads, then I'm like, well, maybe they back. They took a break and now they back. Well, I don't really care what you was doing. I care about the content.
Yeah, get
so
back.
That's
at
just
it.
my
That's,
thing.
that was like, the Clubhouse conversation, right? Like a lot of times, the context is not important. The context is important to you because you want to make yourself feel better about whatever the situation. But the context is not important to your users, listeners, readers, whatever. They just want what they came for, and that might sound selfish, but you're in the business of delivering that, so deliver it.
100%.
It's like when you go to the restaurant and they bring your food and they want to explain to you that this is ancient, whatever, and the way this was cooked was in the, and I'm like, yo, it's just getting cold. Step away. I would just enjoy this taste. I'm down for the history, but you should have told me that when it wasn't on the table.
When I was waiting for my food, yeah, I don't care now.
You could have took the order, gave it to the kitchen, then came back and go, oh, so we're gonna cook this in a glorified kusmal that was made by our, whatever. They knock yourself out. Now I'm ready. But once my food comes, back up, give me a knife and fork. I'm going in.
Like, please, just do the history lesson before, but because once the main courses come, I don't care. It's like that was my biggest thing when we were in New York and the food would come and everybody pull out their phones. I'm 2 bites in. I'm not taking a picture. It's too late. You'll see their food. My food finna be gone. I'm not waiting.
Take pictures of my food. That's something that I learned in Japan. It's never gone away. And I like it because I'll go back and look when I'm ready to eat and I don't know what I want to eat. I can just scroll through the thing real quick and I'll see something. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I haven't been to that place in a minute. Let me go get it. So,
interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why it started, but yeah, it's a thing. It's not even for the gram anymore because I don't post food pictures to the gram, but I still take pictures of my food.
Interesting.
When I see an established creator on a platform make a video that says I quit, I never watch. Yeah, those are clickbait. Those are clickbait all day. All right, gang. Why you say, what you finna say?
I was thinking about it. I'm like, from an established creator that says that they quit, it's kind of like, something about the whatever, but I don't know. It's like the day that video comes, it's like I'm deleting the channel or I'm getting rid of my content or whatever, like it's gonna be real. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm quitting. I need a break or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that day ever came. Can't see why I would. It's not that. I just don't think it's that big of a deal. So it's like I don't know.
So to Luis's point, what I would do is if I see the I quit video, I don't watch it then, but I check their channel for a while to see when the next video comes out. Because normally the I quit thing is not what they're saying. They're saying something else. They tend to be extremely clickbaity, and everybody has made one recently. But before we go, I did want to say that the Sarah Dietschy thing you mentioned yesterday was so glorious, and it's a lesson. It's a lesson for our people in how to respond to comments, or I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't respond to them, but anyway,
the hell with that. I pull the tweet up.
I'm trying to find it right now because it was funny. It was the best thing I ever seen.
Sarah Dietschy rhymes with Peachy, let you know she out in these streechies and she is with it.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I see. Why are you thinking of the wrong people? Wait a minute. Sorry. Twitter logged me out when I updated Chrome. Piece of crap.
Let's see here. I think I can find it. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be quicker.
Sarah Dietschy rhymes with Peachy.
Yo, that
Not
was
here
just
for the play.
Glorious. Glorious.
Here, I got the link for it. Copy. How do you? Sarah Dietschy rhymes with Peachy. Play games with your mama, but not dissing hissing. All right. Now I sent you the link.
Be like, not today, Junior. All right, here you go. Paste that in there, and then click on this little bubble. And then click this. You know, I don't know how the boys can do this, but they got to make this clickable. You know what I mean?
What you mean?
The what you call it, chat.
I see a hyperlink on my end. You don't?
No. I just copy and pasted it. Here we go, gang. This was just like, this was glorious.
Be careful what you post. See, this is my okay. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get off of it because this is a whole other conversation. People will say that this is unnecessary, or like if you click out of that picture and you scroll to somebody said that, and I think that's an important part to bring up real quick. Somebody made a comment about her making this statement on on her channel. And it's like, well, I don't think that you should have said anything. It said, oh, here's this guy. He said, would have been on your side every time. Bringing someone's mother into it was not necessary. 1 out of 10 comeback. She said, bruh, I sift through hundreds of comments per day of people insulting me. I don't need your permission from you. I don't need permission from you on what I can and can't say. When I anonymously roast someone, I'm sure they would just say the same thing. Just a joke, lighten up. He replies, I didn't think you needed permission from me. Don't let people get to you. I appreciate the joke. I do. I actually laughed at it, but I think dissing someone's mom, even if anonymously, is bad. However, it's sad that the child she gave birth to was him. Have a wonderful day. Okay. I bring that conversation and that dialogue up back and forth because here's the thing. Even if she was like upset when she saw it and she replied or whatever, here's my whole thing about like when people say stuff. We as women, and especially I can speak to being a black woman on the platform, you see so much crap. The few little bits that stress people out that they see in the live stream chat or that actually gets filtered in and actually they see that comment post to the channel is nothing of what we actually get. It's nothing of what we actually get. Wake up 6 a.m., going through, replying to comments, whatever, and you see comments. You don't even think nothing about it. So the fact that she said something of whatever the hell she wanted to say, I don't care. At the moment that you insult somebody or you got something that you want to say, it's on you.
Yep.
It's on you. So my thing is, if you did feel that kind of way, if you got the balls to step up and say something, get the balls ready for when I kick back. However I choose to. There's one school of thought of people that just say, don't feed into the negativity. Don't give them any of your energy.
Shut up.
Because like I specifically remember from some of the Vlogmas videos that people would say stuff, and Doc, you've seen stuff like people just talking and saying weirdo whatever stuff that they want to say. Oh, I'm here for it today. I will make time for you today. You wanted attention. Allow me to present this to you and fully hand you back your ass, because I'm not here for it. That's just my thing. If she wanted to go in for the gold, like I said, she get gangster points on my end, because that's 1 out of 1,000. And that 1,000 is a low number of what you actually get on the platform or just across social or whatever. And I'm not with that whole thing where people can say whatever the hell they want to say to you and you can't say nothing back because you're supposed to be the bigger person. You got the wrong one. Hey. It ain't about being a bigger person. It's about me addressing an idiot and matching kind with like attracts like. Everything after its own kind attracts its own kind. Same with it. You bring that here, expect to see it. Because I ain't great. My whole thing was, I didn't grow up where it was some pish posh neighborhood and you got Mary Poppins skipping down the street. So don't let the smooth taste fool you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my whole thing.
No, and you know what it is? What it is, because when Keith brought it up yesterday about the day that I lost it. Mm-hmm. It was a straw camel's back like maneuver. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't that one particular person got to me. You know, we was over here doing one of these numbers, right? And the scale just kept sort of going. And that day it went like that, and it went off the rail. And so when they caught me, I was already like this, and they just went quick. And I would reach through this screen and snatch a knot in your ass. Like, yo.
100%.
Yeah, and I think whoever caught Sarah at that comment, whether she was joking or not, her mans could have said something ignorant that day. Like, the neighbors could have said something ignorant that day. You know, Mac might not have been acting right. You know,
right.
She was out here playing a video game, whatever. And that video that she was talking about, she was playing the new Halo and she was defending the Halo or whatever, right? So when you go online in Xbox Live, the comments are nasty. Like, the comments are nasty. I have gotten affected by people saying ignorant stuff in the comments, and I'm like, man, little kid, if I could reach to the screen, I would break your ass. You know, because only little kids are dumb enough to say stuff like that, but this one was just really, really, really heinous. And so, you caught her at the day where she was ready to knock somebody out, and you stepped on the scale.
Yeah, I appreciate a lot of what Gary Vee teaches and like him as a person and entrepreneur and all that stuff. But his thing is like, he's like, I'm really sad for those people. I'm like, I have empathy. Like, man, maybe I don't have empathy. I don't care about that person at that point. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, he'll talk about the times where he's helped to turn it around and they've just said, I am not your counselor. Like, I didn't sign up to be your counselor. I'm here to help you simplify video. Like, you know what I'm saying? The video creation, that's my job of what I'm doing. Anything else past that, if you got a problem, that is your problem. I'm sorry. And again, I'm not interested in somebody's like the whole thing, like half empathy around like maybe it did. I'm more so like that in real life, but in the comment section, you had time to, you know what I'm saying, type it out, feel how you want to feel. And if you just going to throw that dart at somebody, don't be mad when that mug have a redirect and it's coming back your way. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't have that online empathy. In real life, I do have empathy. The online empathy when somebody's going at you or whatever, I don't. You catch whatever you catch. And may the Lord bless you and keep you always. Like, I don't care. You catch what you catch.
You're about to catch these heads. You're about to catch these heads.
I'm just saying. You're going to see Jesus one way or the other.
If I lose it, you'll know everything I ever thought of you. Oh, go get him, Paul. Go get him, Paul. Okay. Hey, everybody.
And you know what?
I'll tell you about my best friend, Paul Duncan. I love this guy so much.
It's like, and I do remember that day you came in a little too sweaty from the gym, and you did smell like 3-week-old gym socks, but I didn't say anything. Paul, don't treat people like that. That's not what we're saying.
And Paul be in the mall. That's why one of your nipples point the wrong direction. I was like, oh snap. Oh snap. I mean, with Keely over there with the popcorn, like
listen. No, I just, and it's not to even like teach the wrong thing. I just think being a human being means being a human being 24/7. And even when you're having a bad day or you're having a moment, yeah, it's not okay to take that on everybody else, but it's not, I don't think that whole be the bigger person conversation applies when it comes to the comment section. Like, I just don't.
The comment section is like, a whole different thing.
Yeah, no, I know. You had time to deal with the back and forth, and then people be like, whoa, you didn't have to go there. Well, you didn't have to leave a comment. You buck up or shut up.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Luis
just my
is
thing.
100% right. It's like getting upset when the opponent, like a boxer getting upset when the opponent punches back.
Yeah,
it's like,
you got into the ring, you got dressed.
You holler back. You tied on them boots, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm the man, baby. What did Muhammad say? Float like a butterfly, seem like a bee. What the heck is a stutterfly? All right, I'm done.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
He said but like the thing stutterfly.
I just, my thing is that I support her in whatever the heck she wanted to say. Back to that, joking or otherwise, simply because I just know she probably catch a lot of stuff on her video, just like I just seen. You see some stuff. And every time I see that stuff, I always report it or whatever, but it's just like the things that don't come through the filter or the things that do or whatever, or both of them. It gets to be a lot for a lot of creators, especially female creators, because you got to deal with the sexual comments, you got to deal with the jerks, you got to deal with the people that's having a bad day, want to take it out on you stuff or whatever, and you just trying to have fun and help people. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's funny you say that, because like I was looking at the video, right? And here's where it gets twisted a little bit. I was looking at that video and I was looking at the comments, and there's comments like, oh, you know, Sarah, you look beautiful in those glasses. And okay, I think that's an okay comment to an extent, but the hard part is the person who's reading that don't know if you're coming from you really mean that, or you're coming from like, I want to hit that. If you're coming from I want to hit that, that's a jacked up comment, because you don't really mean that. You're just trying to do something. If you really mean that, then it's a decent comment. But I think that they get tired of hearing that. So even if I really felt that, I don't think I would make that comment, because I'm sure they get sick of hearing that comment. If I could see you in person, I would deliver it, because I could deliver it in a non-cheesy way.
It makes the difference in and here's the other thing. Here's why most of the time comments or DM from men, you have one opportunity to get an answer from me or like a reply back or something. If you just come in with that hello, how are you doing kind of a thing, what do you want? Yeah. What do you want? Like, just say you have
those
like,
because obviously irritating.
Yeah, it's like he's like, hey, watch your content, just had a quick question. Cool. You get a reply 10 out of 10 times. He's just like, hey, how you doing? Then a second message be like, hey, hey, beautiful, just asking a question, or I got a question about live stream. At that point, I don't care what your question about live stream is, because I just don't feel like entertaining the conversation to begin with. Or it's like, I was wondering if you could help me or whatever. I think that, no, like, you just getting deleted. I'm not even going there. So, dude, you know what I'm saying? It's just like,
you said a lot.
Some of those comments.
How about just start with, never type, hey, I have a question. Never type, I have a question. Ever. Never say it out loud. Hey, I have a question. Just go to the question. Okay? Now, some people would try to be nice and say, may I ask you a question? And then they leave that for you to have to say, yeah, go ahead. And then if you say, may I ask you a question, and say what your question is, I'll take that. But don't give me the one-liner, can I ask you a question? Bitch, you just did. I don't know why that pisses me off so bad, especially in a timed situation like Clubhouse or on a panel or so and so and so. Hey, I want to ask you this question. Yeah, we're doing a Q&A, you idiot. What the frick you think the Q is for? Never say that shit. Never. It's a waste of syllables.
Now people know why they haven't gotten a reply from Doc. And then Paul Duncan said, question where Q colon said your question should look like this. Otherwise, it's just a comment. You know, it's just my whole thing is like, again, it just brings up so many other issues of like being a woman on the platform that you have to deal with, and you just get tired of the silly stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you get tired of it after a point. You know what I'm saying? It's just like enough.
It's like Keely got me the obligation to entertain men DMing me jumped out of my bucket of F's a long time ago.
She has no more F's to give.
Not a single F to give. She gonna be just H umpires coming up soon.
Welcome back to H umpires.
Yo, this is H umpires. What happened to the F's? I don't have any more. They're gone.
We ain't got them.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Keely, for wrapping that on a freaking dope point. Ms. D, this is just me. I would love somebody to sub in for me one day here, and then you guys just go ham on the, like, people should behave to female creators and some of the stuff that you guys go through. And I know it's an exhausting conversation, but I think people just need to be reminded.
Well, here's the thing, though. No, they don't. Like, flat out, like, honest moment. No, they do not.
Nope.
Because here's the thing. When you say something, everybody has the internal meter where they know when they flip a switch and they know when they don't. If I said something to somebody that I know that you've joked about, but it really actually does bother you when you're alone and by yourself, it actually is something, and I make a joke about that, there's a switch that says that might be over the line. Or I'm pretty sure that you know what I'm saying? So literally, when somebody says something like that, they just completely have a disregard for that. I don't think we need to address what women go through online anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like we need to have conversations about it. I don't feel like women's voices are not being heard. I just feel like it's simply being ignored. You know when you're doing something that's off or off-putting.
It's so funny.
Because if I said the same thing to somebody's husband and be like, ooh, you look good in them gray sweatpants or whatever, it'd be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know when you've crossed the line, you just simply don't care.
Or also to that dude, if somebody said that to their other half or their whatever, how would they feel about it, right? So here's the funny thing about that, because I said that yesterday when somebody tried to report one of our glorious creators for like, oh, this is a shameless plug or whatever. I'm like, no, it's not. And you know what the filter is. And the only reason why you asked that question is because you wanted to do it and you didn't. Because you knew it was going to be wrong. So you thought, oh, let me go report somebody else because they did it and you felt offended that you didn't try. If you really knew that what you wasn't doing wasn't shady, you would have just did it. The reason why you didn't do it is because you knew it was shady. And so then in turn, you try to report somebody else for being shady.
Yeah.
That's projection, point blank projection.
Yeah, I just feel like that's the thing. It's like, and here's the thing, because I feel obligated to... No, I take that back. Completely scratch that. I don't feel obligated. I accept the obligation and my duty being in the position that I am in. The more successful that I become, that whenever I am asked to do something like that or speak on those issues, like last year I was invited to like a Women of YouTube panel that TubeBuddy hosted and stuff around like dealing with those different things. Like they brought up like, well, what do you think about, not enough women being at conferences to be speaking on stage? Like, it's like usually one, maybe two women. They're going to talk about Instagram or Pinterest.
Recently.
Yeah. They're going to talk about Instagram or Pinterest for the most part. And the rest is going to be about men, and the men will cover any specific topics around whatever. It's like, what do you think about that? And I'm like, it's not a shortage of women that know what the hell they're talking about or are in authority. And nobody's asking for a position simply so you can fill a seat, or just because I'm a woman, give me a hand up kind of a thing. Because it's nothing about that. It's simply the qualifications match, period. They're not interested in that coming from a woman. They don't feel like you have the authority enough to speak on that, or they would prefer somebody else or whatever. So it's like every time it's like I accept the obligation and I accept the duty of the more successful I become. When those conversations come up, I always accept and I always will do it, simply because I know it's somebody else out there. And I get these comments a lot on my channel that they are so glad to see somebody that looks like me in that position, because that gives them encouragement. They can show that to their daughters. They can show that to their, students and stuff like that. So even though it may not be that big of a thing personally, like for me, or where it even truly impacts me at stuff like that or whatever, I always accept the duty and like that call to come and be present when needed, because it's needed in like a social aspect.
Yep, representation matters. It is what it is. Dang, that's crazy. Damn, gang. See, we went deep today. Anyway, even though we was talking about Vlogmas, we'll see you guys next week. Just do what you're supposed to do. You know what you're supposed to do. You don't need us to tell you again.
Where the Christmas lights at, Doc?
I gotta change them. The whole string is dead. I pulled it out. I plugged it in. The whole string is dead. You know what that means? You gotta pull each one to find it. I ain't about that life. I'll just like forget it. I'm just throw the whole thing away. I'm gonna go get a next one because I'm gonna put it in a little ficus. I've
been looking like, I'm like something off, and then once I heard the little Christmas chimes, I'm like, there's no Christmas lights right now. I'm like, what are you doing?